Hello everyone, today I am going to show you how you can authenticate Nuxt SPA using Laravel. So I am going to create both apps. I already implemented their features. I am going to show you this is our app, this is our login, register, and this is a login. Okay, so let's click on login and enter an email. So this user is registered in the database. So let's click on login and we are redirected on the dashboard in a minute. Yeah, we are redirected on the dashboard and login and register outs are disappeared right now. Okay, so if user type URL like admin/login and it will be redirected back on the dashboard. Okay, it's still processing and now it's going to the dashboard and yeah, it's redirected on the dashboard. So when I hit on the logout, it will be go back to the this home route. Okay, let's click on logout and it's redirected back on the home page and there is a login and register. Okay, this is a home. Okay, so let's start and create a Nuxt app first. Okay, so I enter this command like it is a command npx create Nuxt app. Okay, it says that you want to create your project name. I actually forgot to name this project. Project name is test. Okay, I want to use JavaScript. You can switch between these menus. Okay, let's click on it and it's asking us which package manager you want. I want npm. Let's click on npm. I want Bootstrap Vue, so let's enter on the Bootstrap and I want to use Axios, so I'm entering on the Axios. I'm going to use this ESLint. Okay, and these are testing mode. No, I don't want this, and this is universal SSR. It's about server side rendering, and now I'm going to create a single page application. So let's click on single page app. You can also static and if you are using for Node.js you can select this, and but I'm going to use this with the Laravel, that's why I'm switching to the static. Okay, and this is I'm going to create a JSON for configuration file. Okay, what is your GitHub name? It's a Hadi Niazi, and I want to it's asking us you want to use Git. This is now going to install these packages. Okay, I'm skipping this step because I'm building this app for just testing purposes. Okay, and I'm not going to use this app because I already completed this app. Sorry, I already created this app. Okay, this app is running here and I open it in the text editor. Let's close this one, and my app name is Nuxt App, and this one inside the pages, this is a index view, and I type hello, save this one, and now go to the dashboard and let's see, it's now rendering, and yeah, this hello is there. So this nav bar is coming from default view. I will show you in a minute. Okay, let's remove this here, and this is our default view. Okay, inside the layout there is a file default.view, and this is by default edit, and I added this navbar code. This is a simple Bootstrap Vue navbar where I added links like dashboard link, login path, register path, and I implemented this. I will explain it after some minutes. Okay, after installing the Laravel sanctum package. Okay, this is navbar, this one. Okay, it's a home, it's a login, and register. Okay, so now I'm going to install a Laravel app. You can actually I'm not going to install the Laravel app because you know how to install Laravel app. So these are a simple command: php artist composer create project Laravel/Laravel, and you can name it any you want. I have already installed a fresh installation of Laravel, and now I'm going to show you my Laravel app. Okay, this is a simple Laravel app. Okay, so I'm going to open this app api.php file. So let's go to the routes file and go to the api.php. Inside the API I implemented these routes. So before these routes I'm going to follow these steps. Okay, and the first one is install Laravel Nuxt, and this is done. And then second one is install Laravel Sanctum in Laravel app. So let's go to the web browser and open the Laravel Sanctum documentation. Okay, so I'm using Laravel 8 version, and you can install this Laravel Sanctum by putting this command Laravel Sanctum, and after you can publish everything and you can migrate. So the personal access token table will be created, and then you need to go to the app/kernel.php. let's go here and app/http/kernel.php, and you need to register this middleware there. Okay, and then we are going to authenticate an SPA. So let's go to the SPA authentication. This is a SPA authentication, and after entering this you need to add domains. Okay, so you need to add a session domain. So let's go to the env file. Okay, to .env, and here you need to set your domain. My both apps are running on the localhost, that's why I put this session domain localhost. So if you are using subdomain you can add a little dot here. Okay, and then you need to also one more thing, sanctum stateful domain. So this is another step. Okay, this is sanctum stateful domain. So let's go to the sanctum.php file, and what it does, it's authenticate a domain. Okay, this is a sanctum stateful domain. If the request is coming from these domains, only these requests are accepted. So I'm going to the env file and I pasted localhost and 3000. Okay, this app will accept the request from these domains. Okay, not other domain, it will restrict other domains, right? And yeah, you need to also add one more thing, which is a database. I already created a database which name is Laravel Nuxt, and my username is root, and I did not set any password. So let's go to the next step, install Laravel Sanctum in Nuxt App. So let's go to the Nuxt App. This is a Nuxt App. So you need to install Laravel Sanctum here. Let's go to the web browser and search Laravel Sanctum. Okay, so it is a command. After creating a project you need to, where is the command of installation? This is about nuxt.js. Oh, nuxt.js auth installation. Let's open this, and let's open the first web page. Okay, it's auth.nuxt.js.org. so you can install these using yarn and npm also. So the first command is npm install auth. You need to put this command inside the terminal of Vue app, not Laravel app. Okay, let's open the terminal here. Okay, it's a Vue terminal, and my PC is slowed down because I opened many tabs here. So the terminal is open. You need to hit this command, run this command, and after successful installation you need to install this command, but we are not going to install this because we install Axios in the process of Nuxt.js installation. Okay, and the next step, you need to go to the this config file nuxt.config.js. so let's go to the nuxt.js. This is a nuxt.config.js file. Okay, and there is a object of modules. Okay, so there you need to add these two, Axios and auth next. So I added already there. Okay, this step is completed, and yeah, you need to add these steps. Okay, for installing the Nuxt auth. Okay, our Nuxt auth is successfully installed. Okay, so now the time is to configure this auth. Okay, so I added this. I will explain it after configuration of this file. So how you can configure this auth. Okay, so let's go to the Laravel sanctum. You can, if you are using Laravel passport, you can use this Laravel passport auth. You can also use Laravel JWT. Okay, I'm using Laravel sanctum, and sanctum is very powerful and very lightweight, and most of the user use Laravel sanctum. So that's why I suggest you to use Laravel sanctum. Okay, it also provides us JWT authentication system. So the we need to add this object. Okay, a whole object. Let's copy this, and I already added. The first one is strategies. We are using Laravel sanctum, that's why we define a Laravel sanctum here. The provider is sanctum, that's why we added this. We need to assign this URL here. Okay, and we need to assign this endpoint. This URL will be added there. Okay, this is look like a base URL for Nuxt app, but not for Axios. Okay, if you want to set an Axios base URL, you need to specify Axios here and put a base URL, and let's add this URL here. So when you are using Axios, this base URL will be attached with your request. Okay, I will explain it in a minute. So this is a URL method. Okay, and these are endpoints. We need to only define the URL and endpoints. Other things like with credentials and XRF token will be handled by Nuxt.js. So I will show you the main repository. Okay, this is the default sanctum repository. So by default Laravel sanctum will add this line with credential equal to true, which is mentioned in the documentation of Laravel. So oops, I think it's on the top. Yeah, Axios.default with credential equal to. If you are using Vue app, you need to install you need to enable it manually, but we are now using Nuxt app, and these are the advantages of Nuxt app. Okay, this is by default added, and headers are already set. Okay, by this using this Nuxt auth package. Okay, and also there is a method URL plus sanctum /csr of coffee. This URL is we are overriding this URL is there, and plus this is for sanctum, and this is a login URL plus login. So we are defining this URL here and using these endpoints like login, logout. Okay, and we are defining the login URL, and this URL will be appended here, because in the documentation clearly says that URL plus login. So this this URL will be appended here. Okay, so after this logout is also defined here, and a user endpoints URL plus API slash user. So and this is a user where when we are successfully logged in, and our sanctums by default in the Laravel API.php file, it's returning user here, right? This is a user and we are inside the API file. That's why we mention API slash user, and this is by default auth, but we are now inside that we are using Laravel sanctum. That's why I replace with the Laravel sanctum. Okay, everything every request should be authenticated by Laravel sanctum, so you don't need to manually authenticate it. And after the authentication, it will, if the user is authorized, it will return back the user. Okay, and that's why we are using this user URL here. Okay, and here this is the user type. Okay, Laravel by default return a JSON response, so we don't want any user type because we are not going to use this user. So that's why we are defining this property false. You can also assign it array or something else. Okay, and after this auth, you can set to redirect after the strategies, you can set redirect routes. Okay, so these redirects are defined in the documentation. Where is the you need to define them by yourself. Okay, this redirect means that when you are going to logged in, when you are going to access a dashboard and you are not authenticated, this app will redirect you on this login page. Okay, and when you are click on the logout, it will automatically send us on this page. Okay, and this is a home route. So when you are going to logged in, after successful login, you are redirected to this page. Okay, so I define only admin slash dashboard because the URL is defined here. Okay, you don't need to add anything. So let's go to the login view. Okay, so I will explain how you can create your routes. Okay, this is a Nuxt app, and inside the Nuxt app we have a pages folder, and inside pages we have a index.vue. So if you want to, I'm closing this this and this also. So if you want to perform a login like the app name slash login, so you need to create a file inside the pages. Like I'm going to create a file like login.vue. Okay, so by default, I'm going to implement a basic schema. It's a hello. Okay, this is a hello, and this is a hello app, and I'm going to make this smaller case. Okay, view, and yeah, why it's throwing an error, I don't know what's happened behind the scene. So I created this login.vue inside the page, so it automatically added our route here because of this login is successfully working. What the hell is this yaar? Kya chod kya hai? Now I'm going to show you how you can create your routes. So if you are using Nuxt.js app, you don't need to create your routes while route.js manually and putting all the routes inside there. So this is the advantage of Nuxt.js, it will add automatically them. And so if you are using let's go to the pages directory, and we have an index file. If you want to add like slash login, you want to add a login page, okay, here inside after the URL of app you want to put a login. So how you can define this? This page is not found because we don't have any page. So inside the page directory you need to create a login dot view, and let's add a simple template here. It's a div, and this is oops this is div, and here I'm going to put hello, and now this page is successfully working. Okay, it's a hello. Okay, I'm going to hello from login. So it's rendering hello from login. So if you are creating the page inside the login, if you are creating the page, creating a file login, so this route will be this login. And if you want to create here like inside the page user, if you are going to create this login like user slash login, so it's this will says that your route the page could not be found because we don't have any routes set for the user. Okay, how you can set it? Inside the page you need to create a folder first, and inside this folder you need to create a login.vue file. Okay, I'm adding this inside the login view. So now it will works perfectly. Okay, let's take an eye on the web browser, and this is redirected back because I implemented auth inside my config file like there here. So that's why it redirected back on the home page. So let's go to the user slash login, and now our URL is user slash login. Might takes too much time. Oh, now this view is running from a user directory, this one. Okay, and our route path is user slash login. If you want another, you can put a user or something else. If you want another here like test slash login, you need to create a folder inside a user, and after this you need to put this a login file here. So I'm deleting this file, and let's change this back router auth. I'll show you in a minute. So now after this, open the main app. This is our app, and now I added admin, and inside the admin I added 3 views: a dashboard, a login, and a register. Okay, I will explain in a minute. This is a login view. So let me open this login view. This is a login view. Okay, and the other one is a register and the dashboard. Okay, so it's refreshing the web page. I loaded it again. So So this is a login page and this is a register page, a simple form. And if you there is another page which is dashboard. So let's go to the login. I have implemented this login, so I will explain you what does it. So there is two text field. The first one is email, and I binded this form dot email because I created the form object. I will show you in a minute. And the another one is password, type password, and the v model form dot password. And I added a click event here, and I am preventing this preventing to page refresh, and I added the method is login. Okay, this method is I define it here. Okay, and inside the data property I have added a return, and inside the return I have created a form object, and inside the form object I have created email and the password. Okay, and these are blank and bind with these input field. When I'm going to click on this login, okay, so let's I define inside a method object, and this is a login method. What it does, it's this dot auth. So if you are going to send a request, you need to attach a $, this dot auth dot login with. This login is defined inside the config. So let's go to the this login is hitting this login method, right? And to login with, we need to provide provider. Here we are using Laravel Sanctum, that's why we added this Laravel Sanctum. So I will show you which provider we are using. So this provider, okay, this we are strategy using Laravel Sanctum. And the next parameter is we need to pass the form inputs like email and password. So that's why we put a form, this dot form, and we are sending this form data inside this data object. And okay, and we attach a then method. If our response is successful, this dot router dot push, our router will be pushed on this admin / dashboard and also console the response. If there is any error, it will display the errors. Okay, and on the backend side, let's go to the api.php to the api.php file, and here I have added 3 routes. I added first prefix here /admin. Okay, and inside the admin I have defined first a register route, and I'm using this register method, and the other one is login, and I'm using this login method here inside this, and a logout. So after this I created this login controller. Let's go to this login controller, and inside the login controller I have defined this login method, and I'm accepting a request here, first validating the user, and if the user is validated, I'm going to auth temp, I'm going to successfully login it and return this message with a 201 code. And if there is wrong credential user, it says invalid credentials, throw an exception, throw valid exception, which is defined in the Laravel. So this is a simple logout method where we are checking if the user is logged in, we are going to log out it. Okay, so we are hitting admin /API. First we are API, then admin, and login. Okay, so this is a login with Laravel login here, and this login is defined there. Okay, so let's go to the web page. Okay, login page, and here we need to provide the credentials, the email 801@gmail.com. Here I am putting a wrong password. Let me open the console. Okay, I am hitting on the login, and it's throwing 419, very weird error. I know why it's throwing this error. Let's go to the env file and remove this dot. If you are using localhost, you don't need to add a dot here. Save this one. We are using Laravel 8, that's why our server is automatically restarted. Okay, and let's go here and click on login, and yeah, now it says unprocessable entries. Let's go to the login and preview it. It says the given data was invalid credential. It's throwing the throwing Laravel exception. Here we define this invalid credential. Okay, and let's go back and now put right password. Let's click on login, and it's successfully logged in right now, and this one is logged in successfully, and a user is returned back. Okay, this user is a user. Here we define this user here. Okay, and this is returning from this URL auth sanctum /user API/user. Okay, this one is a user. So we are successfully logged in into our Vue app, and let's click on logout, and we are got logout back. Okay, so how I implemented this logout functionality. So let's close this Laravel app here and go to the Nuxt app, and let's go to the default.vue where I created this navbar. Here I added click.prevent and added a method logout, and inside the logout I implemented this here, this auth.logout, and this logout is calling this logout method, this logout. Okay, it's going to API/admin/logout. So like this API/admin/logout, and inside the logout I have defined this first check auth and then logout it. Okay, and where is the default view? Yeah, this one is, it's log out the user. Okay, and I have added this if auth.logged in. So let's go to the dashboard.view. Okay, I have added welcome, and inside welcome I added user.name. So this name is coming from the database. So let's add it one more time, 01@gmail.com. the password is 128, and yeah, we are successfully logged in, and my name is displaying here. Okay, this name is coming from this auth. I'm getting this auth.user. So you can directly put here like you can also put auth.user.name. Okay, let's save this one, and it's turning, and 100% is successfully working. Okay, I added this inside a variable, and I'm going to show, I'm going to display it here, like. Okay, so other thing is, if I go here and let's add is login. So it's not going, it will not going to the login. It will be redirected back on the dashboard because we are already logged in. Yeah, it's redirected back on the dashboard. So how you can set this? Okay, let's go to the nuxt config, and you need to add this file, add this object middleware auth. Okay, so it will automatically redirect back user. If the user is not authenticated, it will redirect back user on this page. Okay, and if we have a home page, okay, let's go to the index view. This is a index view. If I made this false, okay, and I'm on the home page. Okay, let's click on home, yeah, after the logout. Now I'm going to click on the home, login, register. One more thing here, if you are on the main page like this and you want to if you are on the main page and you want to go to the dashboard, let's click on dashboard. So you are not authenticated, that's why it will redirect back you on the login page, look like a Laravel. Okay, so it's record the intended page the user want to dashboard. So let's go to the application, and here you can auth dot redirect to the dashboard. So it will save this state, and when you are authenticated, you will be redirected back on this dashboard. And yeah, you are redirected to this dashboard, and this is disappeared from the cache. Our CSRF token is set and authentication is also set. So let's go to the vuex view, and inside the view you need to go to this vuex, and inside the vuex you can also check if you are logged in or not. So auth login true. Okay, so this feature is enabled by let's close all tabs, and if you are go to the where is the go to the store and add a file index.js. So if you will if you edit this file inside the store, okay, this vuex will automatically be enabled. If you not add this index.js file, this will not shown to you. Okay, and hopefully you are hopefully this tutorial was helpful to you, and if you have any other question, you can put them into the comment section. Thank you. Bye bye.